Hello, you just reached MRN Crew Call, presented by Hercules Tires and Grunt Style Apparel. We're currently tying up phone lines and burning through cell minutes to get you closer to the guys on top of the boxes and over the wall down on Pit Road. Thank you for holding. You are now being connected to your hosts, Sammi Joe Francis and Rocko Williams.
Welcome to another edition of MRN Crew Call, presented by Hercules Tires and Grunt Style Apparel. We'll be your very scary hostesses today and host. I'm Sammi Joe Francis.
And I'm Rocko Williams.
Rocko, who do we have in the building today?
Well, hey, we have two. We'll call it the youth movement. We have two.
We gotta call it young blood.
We'll call it the young bloods. We have the young men, the youth movement. We have two ends of the spectrum of the D4D, NASCAR D4D program. We have the seasoned veteran.
That's Drive for Diversity.
Yes, it is. Drive for Diversity. We have the third-year seasoned veteran Marcus Horton in the house.
How you doing today, guys?
Hey.
I think I know your dad.
Yes.
And we have straight off of the football field, straight off of the pads, the newest member of the D4D program, one of the newest members of the D4D program, Joshua Patrick, straight out of North Carolina A&T University.
Oh, all right.
Yes.
What position did you play?
I play linebacker.
Oh.
We have a linebacker and then tire carrier now.
Right.
Am I correct?
Correct.
You are a tire carrier and we have a tire changer now.
Yes.
And I say you're at two opposite ends of the spectrum, being that you're a third-year veteran now, Marcus. Not only that, we have so much to talk to you about because you have a lot of dynamicism with what you got going on right now. You like
What?
that?
What word was that?
Dynamicism, because he is the pit crew coach's son, and that could create, a lot of advantages. Not too many disadvantages, but
This
to
is
your
actually
career.
who taught me how to change a tire.
Exactly.
Right? And
Yes,
in
a
our
lot of advantages, I would
early
say.
episodes.
Yeah.
So we're going to play on that, and then as well, not only that, we're going to showcase the process involved with getting you guys up to the next level within the program, and a part of that is collaboration.
And talking about your experience doing that, because it's interesting to see someone in their first year and talk to them.
It is.
Because then years down the road, you can go back and watch this and be like, man. Yeah, but first we have a very special Slaw Cam.
Yes, and
edition.
let's set this up. This is basically Excalibur Pit School, D4D. It's a collaboration, I say, as Excalibur Pit School is the actual booking agency for the NASCAR D4D program.
Oh, okay.
So therefore, when these guys come in, they have little to no experience pitting a car, which makes it very challenging to find work in real life action or at the racetrack with no experience.
Yeah.
So Excalibur, they provide those opportunities, basically working with teams who aren't affiliated with high-end cup teams, lower echelon teams where
So entry level.
they don't have the means to provide a pit crew. They'll hire a booking agency like Excalibur Pit School. Excalibur Pit School will work with NASCAR D4D to fill in the void for their athletes to get the thing done. So they work hand in hand
So
together.
this video is that?
Yes, you're basically seeing the young recruits going to Excalibur Pit School for their first time, actually leaving the practice facility and working with veterans and guys and second and third year D4D athletes who are already, pitting cars and pitting races. So it was a unique experience, and you can go right to that video, see for yourself.
Let's check it out.
All right, now it's Rocko Williams here with NASCAR D4D Pit Crew. Hey, I just want to let you know our young boys are getting a taste of some real live action pit stops. So come in, let's go check them out. So this is a little bit different than what they've experienced with Rev Racing. They are getting live action with guys going over the wall at a high level with top truck, Xfinity, and Cup teams right now. We're going to see how they fare. I really feel like this is going to be an eye-opening experience for these young guys, and they're going to do really well. I think both sides are going to learn a lot from the athleticism of our guys and the experience of the guys here before. So right now, it's going to be fun. Bree, pit school, what year is this for you?
Year 2 going into 3.
Oh yeah?
Yep.
You got some tryouts lined up? Pulling for you. You better get some.
Yeah, soon come.
Hard
Stay
work.
tuned.
How are the guys doing so far?
Doing all right.
Are you okay?
Oh, I'm never okay, but yeah, they doing it.
All right. Thanks, Coach. So what you have here, the D4D pit crew going live pit stops at Excalibur Pit School, and they're basically polishing up their skills, and they're getting a live experience with veteran crew members who are going over the wall now.
I feel over at Rev, just the way Coach comes in, he kind of keeps you guessing here. It's kind of consistent, so it's definitely harder over at Rev. This is my first full season.
First full season. Well, you're looking good out there. Seems like you work up a little bit of a sweat too there. All right, man, Tuna. Jordan Page.
Yes, sir.
This is year 2 for you, right?
Yes, sir.
How the tryouts been going?
Man, trial's been good. I mean, I only had one this off season with RCR.
Richard Childress Racing?
Yes, sir. And it went good, so I should be, there next year.
So Richard Childress wants you.
Yes, sir.
You've shown and proved enough that they want to sign you?
Yes, sir. Went up there, did reps with some of their guys, did well, and they're interested.
Congratulations, man.
Appreciate that.
That's good news for the program. I like that. I got Brandon Banks, Jackman, Evan Clay, Jackman, Jaron Davis.
Jackman / Carey.
Oh, Joshua Patrick, how do you feel after your first Excalibur Pit School practice?
I feel good.
You feel good?
Yeah, I feel good about it. It's a lot of work that needs to be done.
Rate your performance.
C-.
C-. You give yourself a C-.
Yep.
All right. Hey, we're up here at Excalibur Pit School. Tell me a little bit about your experience.
It's been going good, come up here to work with some other guys that, that's been through D4D and that's over here now. It's a great experience because, they've been through it, they've got their races in and everything like that. So just learning from them has been a great experience.
Evan, what do you see so far?
I think it was a pretty cool opportunity because, we're working with guys who've been doing it.
Yep.
So the things that Coach couldn't give us from the perspective of the actual Jackman,
Yep.
They're tweaking the finer things for us.
Aaron, what do you think about today so far?
I'm learning a little by little.
Yep.
Seeing everything what's going on, so it's a great experience to be here with my teammates and learning from other people as well.
You gaining some confidence?
Yes, sir.
I like that.
Not overthinking.
And not overthinking. I like it.
We just needed some hype music at the end of it. That was a good video. Very an inside scoop.
It shows these young guys and the process that's involved in Excalibur. I mean, Chuck Efall and Excalibur Pit School, they do an awesome job of finding these guys, work where they can gain that invaluable experience, that valuable experience.
Well, we've got invaluable information coming up, so stay tuned. We've got more MRN Crew Call right after this.
Hey, I'm Brant. So there's this guy named Jordan. He's a healthy guy. He's a dad of 6, and he works as a guide in Alaska. And he goes to the doctor, true story, he goes to the doctor, and he's diagnosed with cancer, stage 4. And here's the thing. He had switched earlier from medical insurance to Medishare, where Christians share each other's medical bills. So the question for Jordan and his wife, Jenny, was, is this actually going to work?
Our medical bills exceeded $160,000. Medishare members shared all our bills.
And it was about more than just the money, too. This is a real community.
Medishare is a family, a group of people that stick with you through the hardest times of your life. I just don't know how I could have done it without Medishare.
It's so worth looking into. There's a reason this is growing so fast. So if you want to find out more, here is a number for you.
Clutch Coffee Bar in Mooresville, North Carolina is redefining the drive-through coffee game in Race City, USA. The Clutch experience is quick, efficient, and personal. Unmatched customer service is the name of the game. Clutch Coffee Bar offers signature espresso drinks, classic coffees, custom-flavored infused energy drinks, smoothies, and more. With over 25 flavors, there's something for everyone. Visit our 2 locations in Mooresville, 356 Williamson Road and 154 West Plaza Drive. Open daily 5 a.m. till 9 p.m. Power up today with Clutch Coffee Bar.
Hello, MRN Crew Call.
This is Kyle Larson. I'm calling to speak with...
Hold, please.
No, wait. Don't put me on hold.
Ha! We don't do drivers here. This is MRN Crew Call. Here's Sammi, Joe, and Rocko.
Welcome back to MRN Crew Call, presented by Hercules Tires and Grunt Style Apparel. I'm Sammi Jo Francis.
And I'm Rocko Williams, and it's a youth movement in this studio.
It is.
We focus...
Are you feeling old? I'm feeling a little old.
I am, man. We focus so much on the veteran guys, the all-star crew members, the best that ever did it. And
but the youth is the future, right?
hopefully they'll prove their worth. at some point,
He's
right?
like, yep.
We're gonna prove our worth, right?
Yeah, definitely hope so. Yeah.
Okay, so before we get into their backgrounds, I kind of want to talk about Kansas.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm sure you guys watched.
Yes.
Your feelings, your take?
Well, first of all, you said I'm sure these guys watch. That's the first thing that we preach to these young guys. Watch the races. You know, you guys come from stick and ball sports, maybe not have watched NASCAR as much as you would have liked to. But
Did you guys watch NASCAR growing up?
A little bit. My dad, long time in NASCAR, so I'd watch it on and off. But
right. How about you?
In passing.
Okay. All right. So same type of thing, not consistently.
But now that's what we do.
Yeah.
We're watching it, and as it relates to Kansas, my boy, another youth driver, had a great win, his 3rd win of the year. Chase Elliott.
But was he your boy at the beginning of the season too?
Yes,
like
he
I just
was.
need to know if this is a consistent.
No, this wasn't
or
a
like,
bad
he's
wagon.
winning now.
No.
Okay.
This was from this is day one.
Roll the tape. I'm just kidding.
This is day one. You know, I was on Chase's car his rookie year.
So youth movement, we're keeping it this theme the same.
Yes, good job. They did an awesome job at the race. You know, Chad Averett, Jared Ayers Palmer, Tyler Simke, John Giannato, and Nick Odell. Congratulations. You guys did an awesome job. So great to see you get your 3rd win. And not only that, they're headed to Martinsville.
Crazy.
Headed to Martinsville, where they could have won Martinsville last year if it wasn't for that bumper run by Denny Hamlin. So this could be a possibility. I don't want to, I don't want to jinx them or anything, but hey, it could be a 4th
Momentum
win.
is a serious thing, though.
It is. It is.
Right.
And the race, like I said, the race was it was cool to watch. You know, it wasn't one of my favorite races. There weren't a lot of cautions. There weren't a lot of opportunities for the pit crew members, to make a difference. You know, there were penalties at the race. There were.
So let's talk about the penalties. What was going on?
Your typical, Sammy. What is the number one penalty as it relates to pit crew?
Just tires flying everywhere. Uncontrolled tire.
Uncontrolled tire. I would say that was the main penalty, but
now we watched. I think last week it was. We saw either a picture or a video where it was kind of it wasn't necessarily out of their arm reach, but they still called it.
Yes, uncontrolled tire.
Right.
We have a video from Steve O'Donnell, and I feel like he should be the best. He played number 3.
It.
Yeah, he'll explain to you exactly
Okay.
what the penalty is and why it wasn't called in one certain instance for a particular team.
Okay.
Where it could have been called.
Okay, so this is Sean O'Donnell.
This is Steve O'Donnell.
Steve O'Donnell.
Yes, he is the director of competition, and no, this is actually the video of the uncontrolled tire that we'll be seeing of the 41 and the 10 car.
Okay.
And this was the penalty called on them as they were running up front. So you see it leaving there?
Yep.
It's out of the box.
Okay.
And why is it out of the box? There are a couple of factors to the reason why it's out of the box. One, it's a slight gradual roll backwards that the jackman might have contributed to. At the same time, the rear tire carrier is making an adjustment on the car. And when you're making an adjustment on the car, that tire has to remain still, and the jackman has to be cognizant of it because the tire carrier isn't going to be there. Look at the rear of the car. See, he's making an adjustment on the car.
Right.
And this is one of the risks that you take as a crew chief is when you call that. See how he sets the wrench on the car right there?
Mm-hmm.
He has to pick that wrench up and make the adjustment while the tire is laying out there in the ground.
And while it's gradually moving.
So as a crew chief, how important is it to make that adjustment to that car? Are you willing to have to come back down, or are you willing just to make an air pressure adjustment so you don't have to make these adjustments to possibly put yourself in a situation?
Was that the winner of our Clutch Coffee performer last week?
Yes, it was.
Yeah, that was the picker.
That was them. And the point is, I think, and you guys can contribute to this philosophy, as far as making adjustments to the car, one thing I think that could help that is a tire carrier possibly making that adjustment before he throws it.
Definitely.
Before he
make the adjustment before he hangs the tire.
Okay.
So he's not that far behind the changer and the jackman getting back around the car.
So is that a rookie move, or is that?
I would say it's probably just a call that they make at practice during the week. That's just what they've been running at practice.
What we've been taught was I seen how he placed the wrench on the trunk instead of placing it in the actual place. Like if he placed it, it would have been a little bit easier for him to make the adjustment instead of having to go back to the trunk, pick it up, then place it.
That extra step.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And the thing is, to be able to do that, there's so much more involved than just saying, hey, we're going to place the wrench in the hole in the wedge adjustment or the track bar prior, you have to fabricate a wrench that's capable of doing that. You have to fabricate a wrench that might be angled at a certain way where you can hold the tire, set the wrench, and make the adjustment without having to use two hands. One way of doing that, one trick that we did back in my day, back when I was
the dinosaurs were racing.
Yeah.
We used to weight. We used to weight the wrenches down. We used to put lead in the tip of them where they were heavier, where you could set a wrench down or you could have a magnet into it and it just sucks down, where you don't have to use two hands to set the wrench.
So why don't they do that anymore?
I mean, it depends on your personnel. Maybe your tire carrier might not be tall enough. Maybe he puts the tire on a certain way. It is all personnel dependent.
I am being told that we do have our explanation of uncontrolled tire video ready.
Yes.
So let's check that out.
As the rule stands, it's if the tire is controlled until it gets to the inside of the pit box. So that's kind of the first part. And then it is allowed to cross into an adjacent pit box. So that happened in both those cases. And then it can't impede another car. So in this case, if Clint would have been pitting, there's another car right in front of him, and it somehow had messed up the stop of that car, that would have been a penalty. So you can almost say the stars aligned for the 14 car there because it was open and they were able to get that car or get the tire halfway back. And then obviously that was a no call on our end with the circumstances that surrounded it. We'll review all of those calls, but it's one of those, we never want to have to make a call. And the arm's length is really when you're on the car side of pit road in terms of a tire getting away or a tire getting hit. So, if you've made that move back towards the wall and it's in control, you have that in a more safe position. So that's always something we'll look at. This year it's new in terms of the number of pit crew members and how we do it. So certainly something we'll review, but that'll be kind of consistent through how we call it for the remainder of the season.
Well, I feel more educated now.
Oh, yeah.
Don't you?
Steve O'Donnell breaks it down.
Yes.
And those guys have a hard job,
Oh, yeah, and I'm sure they're under everybody's scrutiny. What do you mean that was uncontrolled? I can only imagine. All right, we have more MRN Crew Call coming up right after this.
Things happen fast in racing, and if you don't know where to look, you can miss it all. With Legend from Racing Electronics, you'll never miss another moment. Legend gives you live fan vision video, in-car cameras, and stats at NASCAR and other Premier Series events. And the next generation race scanner for unfiltered driver and crew audio at any motorsports event nationwide. NASCAR fans have never been closer to the action. Welcome to the future of the fan experience. Learn more by visiting racingelectronics.com.
You're smart, got your own trucking business, making it happen. What if I told you there was a place online where you could connect with other smart owner-operators just like you? It's an online community called Team Run Smart, where people share advice on truck maintenance, fuel savings, healthy habits on the road, and so much more, all to make your business more profitable. And it's all free. Visit teamrunsmart.com today to check it out. You'll be glad you did. teamrunsmart.com, brought to you by Freightliner Trucks.
Here's a special message for those of you who owe the IRS at least $10,000 or more in back taxes. The IRS has special programs in place that could eliminate or reduce your tax debt by thousands of dollars. The IRS is currently accepting reduced settlements and other favorable programs. You may qualify for substantial savings, so get the help you need. Take down the number now for the Federal Tax Management Hotline, 800-242-1706, 800-242-1706.
Thank you for listening to our program. If you like what you hear, tell your friends. If you don't, tell them we're the Inside Line. You're being transferred back to Sammi Joe and Rocko.
Welcome back to MRN Crew Call. We're cutting up over here. I'm Sammi Joe Francis.
And I'm Rocko Williams.
And we've got young bucks in
It's
the
a
building.
youth movement.
It is. So I want to get more into your backgrounds.
Yeah.
National champ over here.
HBCU national champ.
And what school did you go
right.
to?
North Carolina A&T State University.
Are you being shy right now? Because you're young? I can barely hear you.
I know. Normally national champs.
North Carolina A&T State University.
Oh, okay.
Up in Greensboro, not too far from here.
And you won a national championship.
I did, in Atlanta.
Explain that. What was that like? I mean, how many games did you win? Did you lose a lot of games?
Was that your senior year?
My senior year.
Wow.
And actually, it was my second national championship. I won
one.
one.
Excuse me, let me just get that off.
I won one my sophomore year, and then we was able to go back my senior year with an undefeated season.
That's
Same coach?
amazing.
Same coach.
And your coach's name?
Rod Broadway.
Okay.
One of the greatest coaches to ever coach college football. No, I'm dead serious. He's a winning coach.
Really?
Most definitely.
That is a way to go
Most
out.
definitely.
So how does that coach compare to your coaches at NASCAR?
Well, you only have one coach at NASCAR right now, and
he's
Okay, I'm trying to give him some slack.
pretty similar as far as the
Okay.
expectations.
you know he's watching right now. What's his name?
Coach Phil Horton.
Oh, okay.
Well, if he wasn't watching, you know he'd get a report from his son.
Yeah, most definitely. But the expectations is greatly similar.
Okay.
As far as just winning.
So you're
and being the
comparing
best.
your national championship coach at A&T to
Most
Coach Phil Horton?
Almost definitely. A lot of the similarity. And how they read you. They tell you
Absolutely.
the truth. They
How
gonna tell
did
the
you
truth.
get into this? Were you recruited?
I was, but it was actually, it was really God sent. I like telling the story. One of my teammates actually was at Excalibur,
Okay.
the place that we went. He invited me to a practice.
Okay.
And Coach Horton just came up. It wasn't planned. And then he seen me. I didn't even have to say anything to him. He said, get with me and we're going to make something happen.
I can totally see Coach Horton saying that. Like, hey, get with me.
That's an awesome story. And hey, at the same time, this is your first year.
Most definitely.
And I've been around you guys, and I see the work ethic there. And you really draw on that from the guys in the program prior.
Right.
I mean, this is a very successful program that you're a part of, being that you have guys who have won, crew members who are getting their first taste of winning. You got guys like Kapil Fletcher and Jeremy Kimbrough from A2 who won 7 races last year and won the ARCA Series championship. And that just says a lot to the fact that you have access to guys who are winning and moving up. Even the guy sitting next to you in Marcus Horton, that you can draw that experience from and use it to move your own self up. So that's awesome.
What's your, all right, you're into your first season now.
Right.
What's your feedback on it? How much do you like it?
Actually, we still training. It won't be officially my first season until the
So
start
this
of
is your
the
red shirt year.
2019
That's what you're
season.
saying.
Yeah, I guess that's a good comparison. But I like it. I like the attention to detail. I like the having to spend time mastering the skill, just period. Like I like.
And you've already got the competitive nature.
Yeah, I like being able to see yourself progress.
Okay, so now I want to move over to your neighbor over here, because you would assume with your dad being a coach that you're going to be in this industry. Did you have a choice in it?
Yeah, he definitely left it up to me,
Okay.
all of it. I actually graduated from Marshall University before I even came back to be in NASCAR. So
What about Lake Norman? You're a pretty good athlete too yourself in your own right.
Is he being humble as well?
MVP, and he's had some accolades.
I don't bring it up much. I played football and basketball, all conference and all county football player. So yeah, I've had.
He's like, I don't bring it up often, but let me tell you the wins that I have.
So yeah, it's just little things about me. But no, I wasn't always going to do this. It just me and him talked about it here and there, but nothing serious until I came back home, moved back home, and I figured I'd take it serious.
So what is your official title?
I'm just a tire changer, NASCAR tire changer, just like anybody else out there. I've had to go through Excalibur pit school my first year and a half, so they gave me my first
So
races.
no special treatment, huh?
No.
Do you feel like he's harder on you?
Yeah, I was just about to touch on that. You're in a unique situation because not only is your dad the coach, he is the director of athletic performance, and he is very meticulous on the philosophy. I want to talk about the philosophies that you didn't want to learn, or maybe you have learned. Is it just being around it, you picked up certain things that helped you out with a tire change that you might not have paid attention to when he told you initially, or what?
Well, he's really strict on fundamentals, just the basic things. Actually not doing a pit stop or the times or anything, just fundamentally sound, being clean. I'd say definitely accurate with my lug nuts. You don't have to be fast.
Oh, I saw that.
Yes, yes.
Put me to shame.
You did experience that.
He doesn't coach speed, he coaches fundamentals, and you'll be fast if you get the pit stop right.
Yes.
So, and back to your question, he's definitely, I would say he's harder on me, but that's personally in my head that he's harder on me. I've seen him get on guys just the same way he gets on me, but I take it personal because it's father and son. If it wasn't that, I'd say I'm just like these guys. Yeah.
Keep in mind, that might be a good asset for if I was a coach for another team. I might want to coach his son who might be a little bit more polished or a little bit more, structured as it relates to pit stops and performing at a high level. Because ultimately, that's the goal. We all want to perform at a high level, just like all the guys who have been on our show before. So being totally honest, y'all lucky to be on this show right now because you haven't really done anything yet.
Not at all. I pressured you a few times. You kept telling me no. So,
I'm blessed to be a
lucky
part
to be
of
here today.
Right.
on this Halloween week.
Yes, Halloween week.
Pre-Halloween. I mean, I feel like it's Halloween now the way our studio's decorated.
That's right. It almost is. Are you guys doing anything for Halloween?
Actually, I don't celebrate Halloween all that much.
The correct response is practicing pitting.
Oh, that too.
So what are you doing for Halloween?
Oh, Martinsville this weekend.
Yes. There we go. That's the way we like to talk.
Yes. We're circling back to NASCAR. And we have more of that coming up right after this.
Citywide to countryside, whatever you drive, wherever you go. Hercules Tires has the value, selection, and industry-leading warranty to get you there, no matter where the road takes you. To learn more, visit HerculesTire.com. Hercules Tires, ride on our strength.
Clutch Coffee Bar in Mooresville, North Carolina is redefining the drive-through coffee game in Race City, USA. The Clutch experience is quick, efficient, and personal. Unmatched customer service is the name of the game. Clutch Coffee Bar offers signature espresso drinks, classic coffees, custom-flavored infused energy drinks, smoothies, and more. With over 25 flavors, there's something for everyone. Visit our 2 locations in Mooresville, 356 Williamson Road and 154 West Plaza Drive. Open daily 5 a.m. till 9 p.m. Power up today with Clutch Coffee Bar.
Join MRN as we travel through the life of NASCAR's most popular driver, Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. comes back to the Daytona International Speedway, leading the pack.
I won races that I never thought I'd win.
From growing up under the Earnhardt name to super speedway wins to Whiskey River, we dive into everything Dale Jr.
He's Rain Man for NASCAR history.
You know, we weren't the typical family that got to sit down to dinner together.
Tune in to Junior's Journey, available on iTunes for download only on the Motor Racing Network. I know, girl, I know. So right before I transferred the call, I heard Brad Kozlowski say that next week he's planning to announce that... hello? Excuse me? Is someone else on this line? Yes, I'll transfer you immediately to Sammi, Joe, and Rocko.
Welcome to Hat Day on MRN Crew Call. I'm Sarah Jo Francis. That's Rocko Williams. We've got great youth in the building.
Yes,
but
youthfulness.
Before our time gets away from us, we want to go to, on the broadcast, they kind of incorrectly explained why this pit stop was
I'm very passionate, Sammy, and you guys know when it comes to watching the races, and I hate when they get it messed up.
We've discussed this. You're supposed to mute the TV.
I know, we should. If you can play the video, video number 2, the commentator is not going to say his name, but he explained that it was the hose that created the 22 for coming out of the pit box
slow
4 spots behind, when it was not the hose. As you can see from the start of this pit stop, it is right now the jackman. The car overshot or whatever the case may be, but that's the first issue right there. And then as they're facilitating the pit stop and they put on the right front, the tire carrier, as you see, look, tire falls on the ground. He has nowhere to run. Yes, granted, the hose could have been under the fender, but there was multiple factors that caused that stop to be slow, and it was not just the hose, as it was stated during the race.
So that's what they were saying.
It's the tire. He can't get up. The tire carrier, he's already behind now because he had to go back and get the tire. Slows the jackman up. It slows up everything. It's a domino effect. It is not just the hose. With that hose being under the fender like it is now, I believe he is experienced enough. He can still get up and run around. It's not pinned under the tire.
It didn't look like it slowed him down at all.
The hose did not slow him down, Sam. It was a combination of the jackman, of the tire.
Like your beef is out?
Almost.
Okay.
Y'all would agree, right? Y'all saw the same thing I saw?
I agree with you.
Yes, definitely. There was
but
multiple factors in that pit stop, not just the hose.
I wouldn't even say the hose was
I can't make this stuff up.
Not at all.
Okay.
No, so it's good that we call out the broadcast.
I feel better. I didn't say his name. I didn't say anything.
I know. But that is interesting because to the viewer, I would have gone, oh, it's the hose that slowed it down.
It is not.
You wouldn't have thought anything
It was
about
not the hose.
It was not. Okay, so coming up, we have
Oh, yes. Our clutch performers of the week, my favorite part of the show.
Yes.
We have our 2 performers, or 2 winners, or recipients this week, Josh Appleby, Jackman, and Mike Metcalf Jr., fueler for the number 42 car driven by Kyle Larson. It had a great race. I mean, they had to win the race to advance to the next round. They had to win the race. I mean, came from the end, the rear to the front. The crew was spot on. Didn't put him in a position to keep him from winning the race.
So
Finished third.
Our clutch performers of the week, and they will get free coffee from Clutch Coffee Bar.
Yes, they will.
Phenomenal, yummy. Round of
Good job,
applause.
guys.
Yes.
Josh Appleby and Mike, and we know them well. We've done a few different things over there at their facility as well. And Mike Metcalf is an Appalachian State graduate. He has many accolades himself. So.
Well, MRN will have your coverage. Let me get this in before I ask you guys your take on this weekend's race. The Camping World Truck Series Texas Roadhouse 200 our coverage will begin at 12:30. The Cup Pole qualifying will be on Saturday, and that will begin at 4. And then Sunday, the first Data 500 will start at 1:30. Is it going to be Chase Elliott?
No, I'm actually going to go with Kevin Harvick this weekend.
Oh, he
Who's
was
gonna
ready
win?
for that.
Who's your pick?
Who's my pick? I'll go with Kenny Hamlin.
Who are you going to go with?
Did you hear what he said?
Kenny Hamlin. I did.
That shows your
It's
youthfulness. It's Denny. Nice try.
I apologize.
But we love him for it.
Chase Elliott
Because,
is going to win. Chase Elliott's going to win.
Chase, okay. Well, we
Get his
already.
number 4. Going for my boy. What's your pick, Sammy?
I'm not picking. I'm bad at this. I pick after the race is over, and then I
Yes.
always win.
Typical.
It's really smart that way, right?
Right.
That's
You
a good
can't
theory.
lose.
Guys, like I said, anyways, you're youthful, you're young.
Thank you for being on the show.
Thank you for being on the show. You have so much to learn. I'm excited to see where you guys end up and follow your career. As
Yeah,
you
they'll be
progress.
the future best to ever do it, right?
Yes.
Most definitely.
All right, and hopefully we'll have you back on in the future. But seriously, guys, thanks for coming in. And don't forget to check out our coverage of the races, 12:30, 4 on Saturday, and then 1:30.
Almost
We'll see you next week.
the best that ever did it. Almost. The best out there.